his career in the armed forces, but he in the latest has already taken charge, and we have that visual as well of General Upendra Dwivedi taking over as the 30th Chief of Army Staff of the Indian Army. Speaking of his experience, along with the front lines, we've seen him, command very crucial divisions and, with front lines with China and Pakistan. He's taken charge amid challenges at both the LOC and the LAC. And if we just talk about the latest visuals coming in, those are the visuals of General Dwivedi assuming charge. He is the one who's succeeding General Manoj Pande. Previously, he was the Vice Chief of Army Staff in this between 2024, Feb 2024 to June 2024. Let me go across to Akash joining us with more details. Something in the pipeline for the longest time now, Akash. We've been tracking this development very closely, and finally we see General Dwivedi take charge as the Chief of Army Staff.
Yes, General Upendra Dwivedi, Param Vishish Seva Medal, Ati Vishish Seva Medal has taken over finally. And yes, as you rightly mentioned, on 11th of June, it was announced formally that General Upendra Dwivedi is going to take over as the 30th Chief of Army Staff of Indian Army. And it was after much of speculations where, the current chief was given extension, and there was there were rumors that, there would be a change in line of succession, but it did not happen. And finally, General Upendra Dwivedi is the Chief of Indian Army. 30th Chief, but a lot of responsibilities and challenges ahead when we talk about this particular seat. So other than, the title Chief, you have got a lot of responsibilities. Currently, in the northern sector, in the western sector, and in the eastern sector, you have LAC, LOC, and related challenges. Yes, we had ceasefire understanding with Pakistan in 2021, and after that, we are not seeing any sort of violations. But just 2-3 days back, we had a ceasefire violation in Poonch area. When we talk about LAC, so after Galwan clash in 2020, we have escalated conditions and engagement on several points. We know that how Depsang and Demchok are the two areas where we have a lot of deployment on both sides, from Chinese side as well as Indian side. And 21 rounds of commander level talks have happened. Military level and diplomatic level channels are open. But when we talk about any sort of solution for these 2 points specifically, so nothing has come out really. And this would be a big challenge in front of General Upendra Dwivedi. When we talk about this officer, so he's a decorated officer. He has served in Northern Command, and Northern Command is one command from where you have responsibility of both dealing with both Pakistan and China. He is the officer under whom we had the modernization drive in Northern Command. We know that how several sort of indigenous equipments were taken for the command, and several sort of changes happened, when he was the GOC of Northern Command. But now today, he has finally taken over as the Army Chief. And, interesting times ahead, because as I mentioned earlier, LAC and LOC are the two biggest challenges, especially the kind of, escalation and engagement we have with Chinese troops at the LAC.
Yes. Those are challenges not new to India, but like you rightly pointed out, a highly decorated officer and carries